Hey everyone, how are you doing today? How are you doing, Beatrice, my
I'm so
illustrator? Thank you for joining us on a shortened version of Solutions with Anna Donahue. Look, we are excited, long awaited. Our new children's book, Do You See What I See, is ready to be launched. Beatrice, we've already sold almost 100 of these.
That's amazing.
Haven't even launched it yet, but I do meetings, and so we've been able to take the books, and people are loving it, and I'm so thrilled. Folks, I want to go through some of these quickly. We won't take a long time, but this illustrator is amazing. And let me tell you the premise of this book. I actually did it for adults, the teaching many years ago, and the Lord's been impressing upon my heart, start with the kids. So I had someone help me edit, and she actually has done some stuff for Highlight. You ever hear of Highlights magazine? It's you'll see it in like dentist offices.
Oh, I used to love those as
You
a
used
kid.
to love it.
With the seek and finds. Yes, I love those.
Yes. That's Highlights. Yeah, in pediatric offices. And so I had someone in New York help edit, and here's what she wrote. Hold on. She says, Anna, I think you've got a great book here for second to third graders at a good reading level for them. I'm trying to give you a little age range. She says the content would interest readers up to fifth grade. So you've got a nice broad range of reading levels. Choice is simple, your word choice and engaging. It's not over their heads. It's not condescending. Not a book that a kindergartner is going to use to learn to read, but it'll be enjoyable for them to hear read out loud. Older children will find a lot to reflect upon and consider as they read and reread the book. Here's the premise. God takes us and how we might see ourselves based on, you name it, someone's comment, life, society, what someone thinks, if we're not careful, will impact who we are. Mm-hmm. And God has a plan, right, Beatrice? From the foundations of the world. That's what Did You Know even started introducing our first children's book. So this, Do You See What I See, is God saying to you and to me, and you do this for your kids, hey, Bobby, let's say Bobby's gone through something. Do you see what I'm seeing in you? I'm going to have Beatrice go through some of her amazing illustrations and give you an example so you can see the inside of the book. We have 5 people. Abraham. Abraham, folks, was a moon worshiper. God said, oh, no. I see so much more in you, Abraham, than worshiping the moon. So he calls Abraham out, and Abraham starts an entire new race, hence the Jewish nation. And you'll also see there are 2 pages usually per person, because again, trying to help with the children. I have a lesson for each of the 5. Abraham's was a lesson in obedience. Abraham had to obey. You might have a child having a hard time obeying. Start getting the Bible story into that child, and that'll help. Let's go to our next one. Was this one of your favorites, the next one?
David, I love David.
Oh my goodness, this is so awesome. David, as you know, David and Goliath, starts out as a shepherd boy. And as time goes on, God says, no, David, I see so much more in you than a shepherd boy. You're about to be the king. Now, it took almost 2 decades to get there, but point being, do you see what I see, David? You're just strumming that old harp on the backside of the desert, but I have called you to be the king of Israel. And you'll see David's lesson was he needed boldness, and God gave it to him. Maybe you'll have a child who, I don't know, is struggling with something where they need courage or boldness. Great way to introduce the Bible to a child. Show them David. Next one, Beatrice. This was one of your favorites.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Yeah, specifically to draw as well.
Why was Gideon so neat for you?
Because there's been so many times in my life where I just wanted to run away from the Lord or just hide just because of fear. And it would be, silly things, but I love how he tried to hide, but God even sought him out and found him and made him into a great warrior, even though he didn't have the confidence in himself.
That is so neat. I know it might be cumbersome. She's got a page on here where Gideon's hiding, and it shows the angel of the Lord appearing to him. So I don't think it's on that one. Where was Gideon? Oh no, I'm sorry. Forgive me. It is. I'm looking at it backwards here. Hiding. That's so good. The angel comes and says, Gideon, you're not a fraidy cat. And think about how you can instill that in a child, boy or a girl. I've got girls and 2 girls in here too. Gideon had to learn courage, and you could say to a child, just like Gideon, so and so, God sees you. Do you see what I see? And that's a lesson in courage. I see you as courageous. Who's our final 2, Beatrice?
We have Esther.
Esther. I was going to say for the girls out there, but you know what? The lessons are applicable no matter what, aren't they, Beatrice? I mean, amazing. So Esther is our orphan girl in the Bible. No parents. Literally, her parents were taken as prisoners, and so she's shipped off. And she's left as an orphan. And story goes, God says, do you see what I see, Esther? You're not just an orphan girl. You're going to literally rise up and save your nation.
So cool.
Isn't that so good?
Yeah.
Look at these illustrations, folks. So I'm writing the story, and Beatrice just comes along and captures the moment. You're going to love this. You say to your daughter, hey, you need bravery? Let's go read about Queen Esther, someone real and true, biblically, who was brave because of God. And then we have a final one. I don't know, this final one's one of my favorites, Beatrice.
I love this one so
And you
much.
did the most amazing job on her, the woman at the well. Folks, sometimes, hey, I was going to say being a child and someone talking about you, it's not easy at any age.
No, it's not.
Society, a family member, a friend, someone out there feels the unfortunate freedom to label you, to look down upon you, and it's just not fair. And deep down, you might be crying out, that's not who I am. Correct. So God says, do you see what I see, woman at the well? The whole town literally had ostracized her, and to the point where she goes to get her water at a different time of day so she won't be with anyone else. Maybe you have someone, a child who you know is being bullied. Boy, don't get me started on that. I'll come and I'll deal with those bullies. But I can't stand that. But you know, she needed hope. Beatrice has it illustrated so beautifully how she sees Jesus at the well. And Jesus says, hey, I got you. I know what society has said, but this is who I say you are. Do you see what I see in you, woman at the well? And he gives her hope. That's how you're going to help yourself as well as a child. And then I have acronyms, SIGHT, to help you. Each letter will help you to pour into someone how they can see themselves the way God sees them. Before we close, I'm going to give you a link, of course, but I want to give you these books went out to some pastors and their wives. Beatrice, this is from a pastor in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Anna, I love your new book. Thank you. Thank you. I just read it this morning. So powerful for not only children, but parents as well. I was too feeling lifted up and empowered by our Heavenly Father and how he sees me as his daughter. She loved the Esther one for such a time as this. I needed that reminder now. It was an amazing devotional time now.
Wow.
Thanks again. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
So this will now go out. I love having Beatrice with me. She did you know, which so many of you, those continue to sell. Yeah, hold that up, Beatrice. These continue to sell. I'm thrilled. I love it. And now to accompany it, and we have it in soft cover. We have Do You See What I See in soft cover so that it's easy when you're reading and pouring into someone. So let me tell you, we have our graphic designer did an entire page on our website, AnnaDonahueMinistries.com, and you'll see in the menu, Do You See What I See? Click that. They can order. I got it on ebook. These publishers. I got a hardcover. I got soft cover. Of course, you can go to Barnes and Nobles and Westbow Press Publishing. But for today, why don't you go to our website, AnnaDonahueMinistries.com. You'll find it there. I'm also going to put a link, easy for social media. And but we're real excited to get this launched. Hey,
It's amazing.
I love it. I love it. I thank
It's
you.
so rich.
It's rich. Give us a review on Amazon if you order through Amazon. And my heart, Beatrice, and I know yours too. Hey, what was quickly before we go? What was your favorite as you're doing the illustrations?
Oh, my favorite was
Yeah.
definitely this one because I just love how when she encountered Christ, she literally is so free that she ran and to the people that were like bullying her or whatever.
That's exactly what happened.
And so it didn't even matter what they said. She literally forgot and she was like, I'm so excited. I'm so free. And so that was one of my intentions, my goals to illustrating this. I wanted her to just be free and running. And she left her junk behind because you just leave your past behind. It doesn't matter.
Woo!
Once you encounter Christ, that junk doesn't matter. The weight has been lifted. And so I just want to, like, she's like dancing down the road barefoot and everything. I love it.
Freedom.
Who the sun sets free is free indeed.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I'm so glad you're going to love it. So look, thank you for joining us, Beatrice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one, we'll see what the next one brings. But in the meantime, we love you. I hope you order, and we'll see you next time. Amen.